Breaking news from the Pacific South. The United States has deployed its most advanced ship-killer missile system, the NMESIS, to the Philippines. This move is part of the high-profile Balikatan 2025 military exercises, sharpening attention on the tense waters near Taiwan. Headlines worldwide call it a stark signal to Beijing that the US and its allies are ready. The timing is unmistakable, with tensions already surging across the Taiwan Strait and West Philippine Sea. By moving NMESIS to the region, Washington broadcasts a message. The days of unchallenged naval maneuvers are over. The US, the Philippines, and their partners are stepping up to deter aggression before it starts. The missile system's arrival transforms the balance of power in these contested waters. From Manila to Taipei, governments are recalibrating their strategies. The NMESIS's shadow now looms large over the region's calculations. Admiral Samuel Paparo, commander of the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command, has not minced words. He recently warned that China's military modernization is relentless and aimed at altering the balance in Asia. Beijing's rapid shipbuilding, missile development, and assertive acts in disputed waters have alarmed U.S. allies. Paparo's message, "En de dos tour le stoppervam." The window to deter conflict is closing fast. In recent months, Chinese vessels and aircraft have aggressively patrolled the Taiwan Strait and harassed Philippine ships. Each incident chips away at regional stability. The Admiral's warning is a call to action for allies to move beyond words and prepare for real challenges. For Paparo, modernization is about creating systems and alliances that stop adversaries from thinking war is winnable. The U.S. presence must be tangible and credible. NMESIS and similar systems make real the costs of aggression. Every exercise and deployment is a chess move in a high-stakes game. Balikatan, which means shoulder to shoulder in Filipino, is no longer a routine drill. In 2025, it's one of the largest and most advanced exercises in the region's history. Thousands of troops from the US, the Philippines, Japan, Australia, and European allies are participating. The scope is staggering. Amphibious landings, air defense, cyber warfare, and live fire exercises. Scenarios mirror genuine threats, defending islands, repelling assaults, and protecting vital sea lanes. Every maneuver is a rehearsal for real wartime contingencies. International participation demonstrates that any conflict here would be a multinational crisis. For the Philippines, these drills are a lifeline, integrating local forces into a broader alliance. For the US and its partners, Balikatan is a test of readiness and resolve. NMESIS stands for Navy Marine Expeditionary Ship Interdiction System. The nickname Ship Killer is well earned. This land-based missile system is designed to hunt and destroy enemy warships at long range. Firing the powerful naval strike missile, NMESIS is remotely operated and highly mobile, allowing it to shoot and scoot. It boasts a range of over 185 kilometers, striking moving targets with pinpoint accuracy. Its advanced sensors make it nearly impossible for hostile vessels to hide. The system is unmanned at the launcher, run through remote controls, reducing risk to operators. NMESIS will cover key maritime choke points where any hostile fleet must pass. By putting credible ship-killing power ashore, the U.S. and its partners raise the cost of any naval assault. NMESIS is a deterrent, a visible reminder that any attempt to seize islands or blockade Taiwan could meet a deadly response. NMESIS is only part of the new arsenal arriving in the region. Alongside it, U.S. forces are demonstrating MADIS, the Marine Air Defense Integrated System, and Typhon, a long-range missile battery. MADIS shoots down drones, helicopters, and low-flying cruise missiles, giving ground forces a shield. Typhon can strike enemy ships and land targets up to 2,500 kilometers away, putting much of the South China Sea and even parts of mainland China within reach. NMESIS threatens enemy fleets, MADIS protects against aerial attack, and Typhon extends reach deep into contested zones. This layered defense complicates any attacker's plans. For the Philippines and U.S. allies, these systems are a game-changer, transforming islands into unsinkable missile batteries. For China, the message is clear. No approach will go unchallenged. The geography of the Western Pacific gives the Philippines outsized importance in any regional conflict. The Bashi Strait, between Northern Luzon and Southern Taiwan, is a critical maritime choke point. Any movement between the South China Sea and the Pacific must pass through this narrow gap. Luzon sits right at the mouth of the Bashi Strait. If hostile forces tried to blockade Taiwan or launch an invasion, they'd have to control this area. That's why deploying NMESIS and other systems here is strategic. These islands are natural fortresses that can control who enters and exits the first island chain. The deployment of advanced weapons turns the Philippines into a cornerstone of regional security. While US and allied forces practice defensive drills, China conducts its own, often with an offensive edge. The People's Liberation Army Navy circles Taiwan with warships, while Chinese bombers and fighters simulate strikes. These moves are designed to intimidate and test the readiness of Taiwan and its friends. By contrast, Balikatan and similar drills focus on defense, repelling invasions and protecting islands. The contrast is stark. One side practices how to seize, the other how to defend and deter. For the US and the Philippines, this difference is crucial. They want to show strength without escalation, convincing Beijing that any attack would be met with overwhelming response. The dance of maneuvers is dangerous. Miscalculation could quickly turn drills into real conflict. That's why clear signals, like the NMESIS deployment, matter. They draw lines adversaries ignore at their peril. The core question is simple. Do these deployments keep the peace, or risk a new war? Supporters argue deterrence is the only way to prevent conflict. If China knows any invasion or blockade would be costly, it's less likely to act. Drills like Balikatan build readiness and show unity. Critics warn that too much military buildup could spark the very war everyone wants to avoid. The region is now a chessboard with many players and sharp pieces. For the Philippines, standing up to China is risky, but doing nothing is riskier. The hope is that visible strength will buy time for diplomacy to work, but the shadow of war hangs over every exercise and every missile launch. Beyond the headlines, a quieter war is being waged beneath the waves. Philippine authorities recently discovered Chinese underwater drones operating in their waters, part of a broader campaign of intelligence gathering. Undersea sensors, cyber intrusions, and electronic warfare are all part of this invisible contest for information dominance. The detection of these drones is a reminder that not all battles are fought with missiles. Both sides are racing to map the sea floor, monitor ship movements, and intercept communications. For Manila, these discoveries fuel calls for tighter security and greater cooperation with US forces. The underwater chess game is likely to intensify as both sides seek an edge. The deployment of NMESIS and other advanced systems to the Philippines marks a turning point. The US and its allies are no longer content to react. They are shaping the environment, making clear that aggression will not go unanswered. For now, these measures seem to be buying time for peace, holding back conflict with credible deterrence. But the risks remain. As alliances grow stronger, China may look for new ways to press its claims. The region's stability will depend on vigilance, adaptability, and clear communication among rivals and partners. The US-Philippines partnership, backed by other allies, is a bulwark against coercion, but must be matched by diplomacy. For now, the missiles are in place, the warnings have been sent, and the world waits, hoping the next move is towards stability, not war.